Hi, I'm Brother Mark, friend of Leonard Drago's, and a couple months ago we decided to do a video on the importance of reading. This goes out to all the kids, but especially the 8th grade class of New Valley Intermediate.
Hi, my name is Leonard. I'm here with Mike Parsons, pro surfer, Mavericks, and I'm here to ask him the importance of reading and how it's helped him in his life.
Well, reading is incredibly important. I think as a young surfer in my life, it gave me an imagination and helped my brain and mind expand and dream. And books, I think, are the best possible thing, and reading to stimulate your mind and keep your brain working and learning. So for me, it was adventure books. I love books about climbing, about the mountains, about the ocean, about surfing, people that explore and expand, and those books about survival, you know, books like The Old Man and the Sea, those types of books, I'll never forget the first time I read them, how much they inspired my life, and storytelling, you know, reading more so than watching a movie, because your own imagination, when you read those words, what pops into your brain, I think is the most important thing you could possibly do as a young person. It stimulates your brain.
The brother of a father of 16. How important is reading?
It's very important, especially in this time. Without reading, without education, you're not going to go anywhere. Read about your culture, read about yourself, read about the world. Pick up a book and continue to read. Do not stop reading.
I'm Danny Fuller, and reading's everything. Reading's knowledge. Reading is the opportunity and the tool to know and to be able to answer things and gain knowledge, and that's what life's all about.
Two-time world champion, and how important has reading been for you throughout your life?
Well, for me, reading, I can't imagine not being able to read and not having reading in my life. It helps my brain just, you know, develop really strong patterns and understand and actually get ideas of my own story and where that's at. Reading history, reading, you know, novels, I just love it. And of course, just being able to read basic information and clearly and easily makes my life that much more simple.
Unreal, yeah.
Awesome.
Unreal, brother.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
My name's Chuck Andrus. In regards to what we're talking about, we have to remember that Hawaiians was an ancient culture that didn't have reading and writing. Everything was passed down verbally, generation after generation. And then when the missionaries came here and taught them to read and write, within 10 years, the Hawaiian nation was the most literate nation on earth. They all learned how to read and write, and so we all need to learn how to do that. Of course, we need to Olelo Hawaii. You know, we need to do that.
Here at Shannon Memorial, long-time surfer, and we're here to ask him about reading and how it's helped him in his life.
For me, reading is one of the most important things in life, is because you read something, you cannot just read, you have to understand what you're reading. That's the whole main thing about it. When you understand what you're reading, then you can bring everything together, you know, you can balance everything. Whatever you're reading a storybook, you can understand the storybook. Reading, you know, reading and math is the most important thing in life. You know, so I suggest all you kids out there, if you don't understand some words, ask. When you're reading and stuff like that, just ask. You know, what does this word mean? And then you learn fast. Kids, stay in school, stay away from jobs, and stay away from liquor.
Awesome. Right on. Here today with Kylo McGee, Waimea Bay, lifeguard, pro surfer, pro bodyboarder. How important is reading?
Reading is everything, and it's. I have two daughters that are now in college, and obviously, if they didn't do all the reading that they needed to do, it'd be hard for them to succeed in school and get to the next level. And for lifeguarding, all of that. And even it's very important just for people coming to the beach. If they can't read our signs, they don't know what the heck is going on. So we really love it when people come in and ask questions if they don't understand or they don't speak the language. There's nothing more important than reading and being able to read and write.
Short and sassy, boys and girls.
That's how we do it.
Yeah, I hope you're learning.
All right.
I'm here today with Kala, big wave rider, mixed martial artist, and how important has reading been for you?
Words can't even describe how important reading is. I mean, just to know what's going on in the world, just to read a surf report, read application, not to mention, have children, so being able to read, not being able to read and trying to teach them is super hard, so I think reading is absolutely one of the most necessary skills in life, I would say.
Hi, my name is Eddie Aikau, and the importance of reading is really a very valuable skill you could have. It's really important. There's so much to explore and learn and understand about the world, and you can find all kinds of knowledge, and it's just a really invaluable thing you could have in your life, and the importance of learning to read is a must.
Thanks, Evan. Okay, we're rolling.
I'm here with Reno Abellaro, pro surfer. How important is reading?
Well, it's one of the ABCs, reading, writing, and arithmetic. If you cannot read, you're not going to be able to understand anything. You're not going to understand anything that comes on a computer screen, and you need to be able to speak well. You have to learn how to write. And that goes hand in hand with reading. So I know it might seem boring because you want to look at pictures, but the words are just as important when you're thinking about what you really want to say. It's important to think about the words you're going to use, and in order to do that, you got to know how to read.
Awesome.
Thank you, Reno.
Thank you very much. Hi, I'm here with Mahina, Vice President of the Huio He'inalu Canoe Surf Club. And how important is reading?
Reading is very important. If you want a key to success in life, you need to stay in school, you need to read. Stay in school and read.
How important is reading been for your career?
I think it's been super important. I can remember the first book I learned to read when I was a little kid, a Dr. Seuss book, and Green Eggs and Ham, and I was so excited, read my first pages to my mom. Mom, I can do this now, It's like one of those accomplishments in my life I remember clearly, and but it's important, just for everyday life, just to know what's going on in the world and be able to read the newspaper or read a magazine or read a story that otherwise you wouldn't know. It's a necessity as being a human.
Thank you very much. I'm here with Donald Paia, coach for Quicksilver in Hawaii, the surfers. How has reading enhanced your life?
My life personally is totally. I think, Leonard, I got to go back to, I have a grandson now who's 7 years old, and he brought an award home last night, and it was a reading award. He goes to Kamehameha School, he's a first grader, and he had a reading award that he wrote a story that contributed to reading, and as we know, the kids when they're very young, between the very young age of kindergarten through probably the fifth, is so important because you get, if you can read, you can teach yourself anything. And if you can't read, you're going to be struggling. It's so important because it will be there throughout their lives as they become young adults and go on to school. And once they get out of high school, to have a chance to go to college. I mean, we all know that if you aren't able to read and you go and take any kind of test and you can't read the questions, and not only read them, you have to comprehend, understand what you read is important to me. And going back to my grandson, and I have 3 grandchildren, but Jordan's the oldest, and I'm so stoked that he's getting reading awards, and it's very important.
Thank you very much. I'm here today with Eddie Aikau, and how important has reading been in your career?
Reading for anybody is everything. It's, from reading you can branch off to doing anything you want. So yes, absolutely, you gotta read. my friends. Absolutely. Eddie Aikau read, so you can read too.
Awesome. Short and sassy. That's the way we like it.